What is going on, guys? My name is Forge here on this channel, Mr. Supply Drops. Today, we do have a zombies related video for the channel, and that's great to say because I haven't had a zombies video in quite some time. I don't even know why. I guess I've been talking about multiplayer, MW3 mostly, just stuff like that. But today we have a pretty good one. This is going over the Black Ops 2 zombies ranking system in depth. It is quite similar to what we already know, of course, rounds to downs, but now we actually have some information. Now again, I want to make this very clear. This is probably not 100% accurate, but it is still the closest we've ever gotten and probably the closest we ever will, unless someone at Treyarch actually comes out and gives a detailed explanation of it, you know, someone who worked on the game back then, or I don't know, maybe the Black Ops 2 source code leaks or something. But anyways, this is an explanation given by someone named Dobby. Link to his channel in the description down below. Highly recommend checking out the video of him getting the shotgun rank in a singular game, which I think is absolutely cool to see that that's possible, because I mean, it didn't ever seem possible. We all thought that there was just like you have to get multiple games or whatever. I know that some people, they say that you can just hop into a game, get like 999 kills from a modder or something, and then all of a sudden you can just get the shotgun rank, but I don't really believe it when people say that, to be completely honest, because that just seems more like a coincidence than anything, that you just got that after getting that many kills, because kills do not matter when it comes to the ranking system in Call of Duty Zombies, as far as we know, because this explanation is pretty great. I'm going to go over the explanation, but like I said, I'd definitely recommend checking out his full video in the description down below. But either way, all right, let's go into it. So the explanation is your rank is determined by a ratio of weighted rounds to weighted downs, as well as a minimum in-game time played requirement for each rank. So again, similar to what we already have known about the ranking system, but I didn't really know that there was a time played system. I thought it was a games, like you have to play a certain amount of games, but that does not seem to be the case. It is in fact a time and a time played type situation, and I'm going to go over the information that we have where you can kind of see how many hours it takes in order to get the different ranks. But regardless, let's go into the explanation a little bit more. All right, weighted rounds. You earn weighted rounds by reaching any round after round 4. This means rounds 1 to 4 don't count. Also, the amount of weighted rounds you gain is equal to the round number. So reaching round 10 will add 10, then reaching round 11 will add 11, and so on. So if you go to round 30 and end the game, it will count as 455 weighted downs after doing the math. So it's actually pretty nice to see. Like, you don't really need to know the exact information when it comes to the weighted rounds. Really, you just got to look at how many rounds you go. Basically, it's still the exact same situation. Like, this is just cool information to know now. Of course, at the end of the day, if you just get to high rounds, go to round 30, for example, with no downs, end the game, you're eventually going to get the shotgun rank. Simple as that. That's all you got to know when it comes to that kind of thing. Although, by the sounds of it, it actually would probably be better to be going for very high rounds and then doing that, but this would be more consistent. So like, for an example, if you could get to round 100, but that would be very difficult in a game like Black Ops 2, but if you could get to round 100 and you could do that and keep going, get all 30 hours of playtime within that one singular game, then yeah, I believe that that is what you would want to do. That is absolutely the best way in order to get the shotgun rank, but not everyone's going to be able to do that, regardless of even if they're skilled enough to get to that point. It still is, that's a lot of time to be putting into a game in one singular session, pretty much. But that's why I say round 30, just get to round 30, then start a new game. That's like the most consistent method. It just might take a bit longer. And also, the higher the round, of course, the longer the rounds take, the more chance you are going to down, whereas the first 30 rounds are, I don't want to say easy, but like, you know, of course, you know, up until round 20, it's not the hardest, of course. You know, 20 plus, that's when it starts getting a little bit challenging, but still, I think 20 to 30 is pretty reasonable, and it's not that difficult. Beyond that, you know, like I said, the rounds get much harder and you run out of ammo more. So basically, the more consistent method that I would recommend, that I've always recommended, is going to round 30, ending the game, and going beyond that. But if you can do this, if you are a much better player, round 50, round 60 maybe, especially on Die Rise, just sit in the corner with this liquefier, very easy. I don't like doing that. It gets really boring, so I like to play the game in other ways, but that is a very easy way to do it. Just sit in Die Rise with this liquefier in a corner in the elevator shaft. Simple as that. But like, this is still really amazing to see and actually get some information as someone who was absolutely obsessed with the idea of this mysterious ranking system back when this game was brand new. Of course, I was much younger, so, you know, I wasn't very good at the game back then, and I was stuck on the skull for a very long time. But eventually we got there. We got to the knife, and then eventually to the shotgun rank, which was definitely an achievement that I just do not feel when it comes to any games nowadays when you get a certain rank or achievement or whatever it is, right? Either way, though, weighted downs. Let's look at the remaining explanation here. You earn weighted downs by either going down or ending/leaving the game. So this means constantly loading in and ending still counts against your rank despite not downing. This also sadly means that if you down to end the game, you get 1 for downing and 1 for the game ending. That is pretty crazy, to be completely honest. That is also another reason I'm so glad that every time I've done this, I always end the game. And it's also why I've told people when you're trying to get the shotgun rank, do not purposely down. That's not gonna be that's just not good. It's still adding an unnecessary down to your stats when you could just end the game. But it's interesting to know that ending the game also counts towards your rank negatively, which is pretty interesting to say. You also get more weighted downs per down the earlier you are in the game. So again, rounds to downs kind of situation, but it's not exactly rounds to downs because you still want to go to higher rounds. Higher rounds benefit more than lower rounds, pretty much. So it's not exactly rounds to downs, but here's the list of weighted downs per round based off of the round you can get. So rounds 1 through 5, you would get 1,000 weighted downs per down. 6 through 10, 500. 11 through 15, 333. 16 to 20, 250. 21 to 25, 200, and, you know, etc. So now here's the main part about this. Okay, this is what you need to know if you are going for shotguns. I mean, beyond what I just said, but if you want a more in-depth explanation when it comes to requirements, again, these are not 100% or may not be 100% accurate, as Dobby has said here. So if we look at the different ranks for time played, for the crossbones, you have to go for an hour. Of course, you have to play for an hour. Skull, 5 hours. Knife, 15 hours. And then for the shotgun, you need 30 hours of playtime, which, again, that's that part of the time where if you're grinding and you're stuck on that knife for a long time, you might just not have enough time played. Now, maybe not. It's probably, if you've been playing for a long time and been stuck on the knife for a long time, then probably not. That's probably, you probably want to work on your rounds to downs ratio instead, which, speaking of, let's look at the rounds to downs ratio. To get the crossbones, you need 0.005 rounds to downs, skull 0.013 rounds to downs, knife 0.54 rounds to downs, and shotguns a 0.13 rounds to down ratio. So again, rounds to downs is what you want to always focus on. That's what people have been saying for over a decade now. A lot of people just still do not completely know about that, which is understandable. It's a very mysterious system that Treyarch has never come out and said, like, officially. Well, I guess Jimmy Solinsky gave that one cryptic message on Twitter about 10 years ago or whatever. Really awesome to see a proper explanation of it after, again, so many years. There was still like this part, like when you're like 99% sure this is how it works, but there's still like that 1% in the back of your brain wondering if there's something different about this that we're not aware of yet. And it comes down to, no, this is how it works. Maybe there's other values that may help, I don't know. But when it comes down to actually being able to get the rank, that's all you need to do. So maybe those do help you with getting a million kills or whatever, maybe. But I don't think so. And either way, you just don't have to worry about that. You just really want to get that rank and move on. But also, I remember a friend of mine telling me about a video way back in the day where some guy went from the bone rank with a brand new account all the way up to the shotgun rank, and I didn't believe it because, first of all, the video is completely gone. He couldn't find the video, unfortunately. But I also didn't believe it. I just thought that the YouTuber, not that he was lying, not that my friend was lying, but I didn't believe the fact that, that it was even possible for the game to do this. So I thought that one YouTuber, whoever made it, I can't remember the name of him, was making something up. You know, there was some, it was multiple games in one, or there was commands being used. I don't know, some sort of cheat was going on type situation. But maybe that wasn't the case. I don't know. Again, I can't find the videos to prove it, but by the looks of it, now we know it is 100% possible to get the shotgun rank in a singular game of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. I had to do the whole full name right there. We had to talk about that. That's pretty crazy to me that is in fact possible, and I'm glad to know, you know, I was wrong back then, but at the same time, I'm glad to know how it actually works, and it's not not just games played, it is actually time played. But anyways, what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.